I'd just like to welcome all of you to the Immigrants.ie because I just have to have some fun. So we really been having fun. And today is a historic day for us because we're going to have the first talk show. And I'd like to introduce to you a very, very young person, a very delightful person, very smart as well. She's only 13, but my God, is she a singer. I was at an event last week here in Scientology where they had a Telugu event. And we came across our young friend here singing along with the superstars from India. So, before I proceed anywhere else, I'd like to thank Scientology for letting us use their premises for this interview. Now, I'm going directly straight on to Sreya Sudheer. Now, Sreya, you look so joyful, smiling. You're going to start laughing and giggling, and that's what all it's about. Just don't giggle and smile when you can smile, but don't giggle when you're singing. Now anyway, welcome to us this afternoon. And I know you have your parents here as well. And we have Bharat here next to you, who's also one of the initiators with me and the co-founder. And Mr. Joe Reed, he's a local, he's Irishman, and involved with the Filipino community. And my name is Logan and I'm involved in all sorts of different immigrant organizations. And I'm from Malaysia of Indian origin. Now don't worry if I just waffle here and there, okay? Now, I have things here to ask you, but I don't really speak of the cup. But today I've been told, follow I just have to follow. So now I'm going to read it in English to you, okay? You are the youngest Indian singer in Ireland. Tell us how it all started. And also a brief thing about your music teacher. Give them a little bit of plug, okay? Now, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Well, my mother is my first guru, and my parents say that I started humming tunes at the age of 1.5.
Very good.
And at that time, there was a Hare Krishna satsang at our home, and I started chanting a Hare Krishna chanting. I started humming it.
Yes.
So my parents found that I was interested in singing. So later on, when I was 5-ish, they started to look for a music teacher for me. And they couldn't find a music teacher that
really?
taught classical music. So, and then later on stage, they found a teacher who taught through Skype. So I've been learning from Srimati Charmatya for 6 to 7 years.
Oh,
wow. I think
that's news for me now.
Yeah, I can jump in and say something there, right?
Please feel free.
So those days, I think when you're talking about a couple of years back, the Indian community was very small, and people with teaching skills weren't there. It was very hard to find one or two. Yes. I think now, if you ask, there's so many people who can kind of you can variety of things like Bollywood dance, classical dance, and everything is available. Yes. But those days we didn't have anybody with nice skills. So I think Sreya is right in the sense it was hard to find anyone. Yeah. So yeah.
Go ahead now.
For the past 1.5 years, I've been learning from Srimati Krishna Kumar.
All right. So you must be very proud of that.
Yeah.
And tell me something. I know when I watched you last week, you are singing from the heart. You have a lot of passion, right? And when you have that passion, when you're on stage, I know you're elated, you're feeling, what do you actually really feel deep in you when you're singing in front of a few hundred people at this age? How do you feel? Does anything distract you, or you just jump into it and it just bang, that's it?
No, I love singing in front of people. Well, whenever I learn a new song, my mom always tells me the meaning of the song, and she brings out the feel. So when I sing the song, I know what the feel is, so I can apply that on my performance.
Very good. I like the way she applies it. So you're relating to people. Yes. So I know you sing also in a few different languages, but we'll come to that. Now, Joe, please jump in.
Yeah, no, we heard you also recipient of several awards. Can you tell us what your awards are and what's your best achievement?
Well, whenever I go to shows or on social media, I get comments, and when I go to shows, I get so many people, little children, even adults, they say I sound very nice, and that is all an award for me. And Also, something that's very close to my heart is Midlands Got Talent, which I won in 2013.
Wow.
2013,
Yeah.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
So only about 8 years then.
Yeah.
You're really minor. Minor. My God, congratulations. So, since Joe asked you about the awards, how many awards have you received so far?
Well, there's Midlands Got Talent.
Yes.
And I won second place in CU Factor, which was an all-age group competition.
All right.
And fifth place in Meets Got Talent, which is an all-age group competition as well. Also Cayley, Calamela in Switzerland.
See the
Please,
So you're traveling as well, that's great.
So, I'm privileged and I'm honored here, right? We all are. Now tell me something, right? Okay, we know about Bharat was talking about, India and different things. How long have you been in Ireland now?
Well, I was born in India and I've been in Ireland ever since I was 6 months.
So, mummy brought you here when you were 6 months. That's mummy there. What a proud mummy. You're it's more than just a pride, because you have a gifted child here. And really, I've talked to many different people of all ages and different communities, but this is, I'll be honest, if I was a Turkish guy today, I'd say this is Turkish delight today. Honest to God. And I'm sure I'll pass through it. Now, Bharat,
Yes.
I'd like you to enlighten us more about the Indian connection, please.
Yes. So I think one of the things that I think when Joe said, explained about the awards, the one thing that I kind of think of Sreya when she's doing all the shows, I've been in Ireland so long, and I've seen her grow from the young age till, becoming a star now, right? Every stage that she goes to, she's actually performed with the stars. And that's actually a big award. I think if you talk about Indian industry, Bollywood, Hollywood,
yes,
and
they're very big.
right?
Yes.
So the singers have started coming now because there's so many Indian people, and in every stage the singers come in. Sreya is of course there partnering with them,
Yes.
and singing. And actually, the one thing that that blows my mind off is like she's growing up here, she's learning everything through Skype, right, on the teachers.
Yes.
And when she's on stage, right, with the big stars,
Yes.
I actually don't see a kind of a gap between them.
No.
And it's like so natural that the stars are. Am I singing with a co-star or as an angle?
Yes.
So the feedbacks they've given, that I feel is a big award in itself.
Definitely.
That's actually, Ireland is making a new star.
Yes.
An Indian-born Irish star. And that's great from the Immigrants.ie to
It's
be
also
able to
great
say
when
that.
the stars go home, they can actually tell a little bit and say, we were recently in Ireland and we met some young child that has singing an excellent, and they come across so well that they can actually pass that information back home. So the next star that comes to Ireland can say, oh, have a look up at this young lady, we want to bring her to our show, which is great. That happens in the Filipino community as well.
Oh yes, big time.
The
Yes,
Chinese
yes.
community, they connect with the different people that are here in Ireland, which is great.
That's
So it's a
indeed.
great opportunity for young stars.
That's
Young
exactly
talents.
And I think even the last time in Ugadi, I think one of the stars did say
Yes, that's
that.
right.
that
Yes, he said that. Yes.
Sreya is now famous
Yes.
even in the social media back in India.
Yes.
Isn't it? Like that's actually a proud thing in itself.
And he actually said it after the show.
After the show,
Just a couple of hours later.
Yes.
So you already been a big hit. So tell me something. Talking about hits. Are you on YouTube?
Yes.
Yes. How many hits? Well, I know you've not promoted yourself. You've just been shy, sitting in the corner, let things happen. Even though you're not shy about when it comes to singing, but what do you call? You must have a following by now, do you? I'm sure you have. Can you tell us the numbers, please?
Well,
Don't be shy. It's okay. We all have to start somewhere.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I can tell my biggest hit on YouTube is
Yes.
Sunraha Henatu.
Okay.
I think it's 1 million views.
Wow, you're selling too low. You're selling too low.
It's nearly. That's
You're almost a million.
Well,
that doesn't matter. I think your parents are still trying to make you.
There's something that I like about
Yes.
people, right? That's, I believe in transparency and accountability.
Yes.
Maybe it's because of my accounting background, work with NGOs. Now the thing is, she says 1 million, the father says, and the mother says, no, it's 900. Now, which also means the protection is there, and they want you to say they're guiding. They are a guiding factor.
Yes.
They are the two angels that they have.
That's most important.
Two angels looking after a star. Very good. Now, the other thing I want to ask you is, when you have all these hits, okay, people following, do you actually respond to them? Do you reply to your fan base?
Well, yes, I do reply back and say thank you.
How much time does she have after school?
5 minutes.
I actually have to say that because I follow her so much on social media, right? So I go in and sometimes there was this recent Telugu song, Anushka, what is the movie there? Anushka Shetty. Yeah. What is that movie? The recent movie, Mandara song, yeah? Mind blowing. I listened to that and I said, Shreya, you actually gone a step further. That was fabulous. And I went and put the comment, right?
Yes.
And I just thought I'm one among many followers now, compared to what I used to be before, which is a friend. She just came back and replied to me, and I was kind of going. Then I saw every person she was replying. So that's great.
Take a screenshot.
Exactly.
And then what do you call, then we can put it on the immigrants and stuff like that.
Yes.
Now, another thing, right? I'm sure you have aspirations. You want to be a star, singing star, and then of course we have the X Factor. And do you ever? I know you sing in a few different languages. What other languages speaking? Singing.
Telugu, Tamil, Hindi, English, Malayalam. And there actually a few weeks ago I heard a song and it's in Kannada, so I started singing it. And also a few weeks ago on my Facebook account I sang a German song because that's my extra language in school.
All the other songs, you're doing German, so it'll be a bit handy. The other, Telugu song and Malayalam songs and all that, so you only just know the words and you sing along with it.
Yeah.
And do you also try to find out what the song means?
Yeah, my mom.
Absolutely. Now, you hit it on the button now. So that's where the passion comes in, so she can relate and you can communicate and you can co-relate.
Also, actually, I attended a Harbhajan show, which is a Punjabi show.
Yes.
And he released a new song. It's called Kangan, and it was so catchy, so I started singing it. But I sing it a few
Well, you were 3 weeks ago.
Three languages in 3 minutes. Punjabi, Kannada, German. So
I got to try to make you sing something in Malaysian or Chinese.
Yes.
Because I'm involved in Chinese communities, as you know, Joe.
Yeah.
So,
Irish.
sing Filipino songs.
Yes.
I mean, because last year we had the multicultural event down in the city center, in one of the parks there. And the Filipino girl, she took part in the Island's Got Talent.
Yes.
Yes, and she was brilliant. So this time when we have that event again, I'm going to have you there to make sure you participate. Because we are thinking of getting a fashion show, music festival all in one. So we try to get somebody, people from different countries performing. So this one girl can do a lot of things. She can have Europe and another thing. You must learn something from Latin American songs. Mexican, because I've been involved in the Mexican big time. So now I think we should sign a deal, don't you think so?
So with that one, right? So I want to ask Sreya one of the questions, which was, being such a big star, do you like to sign up in a film back in India? Have you got offers?
I haven't got any offers yet, but
But you're open to if
open.
something comes along.
Yeah.
But let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Exactly. That's where it's coming from. So all the singers who have listened to Sreya in the stage have been saying that. They said, you know what? Come back to India.
Yes.
You will have big offers there. Film industry is waiting for you. So there you go.
Well, and summer's around the corner. I'm sure Mummy and Daddy will go to India for holidays. And with all the group of people who came down, I'm sure you'll be all connecting with each other. Now tell me something. When you are singing, right? I see that you smile a lot. Do you think, like me, I see like this fella there, the little devil there, and the angel there, don't do this, don't do that. But I have this thing about fascination, my imagination actually goes a bit weird, peculiar, strange. Even I'm in a quandary about it. I turn things into cartoon. Okay, so the people become cartoon characters. And then that keeps me, in that jovial mood, smiling and whatever, so I change things. And then that's where, wit, sarcasm and all, whatever wits they are. That's how it comes out.
Just Logan, just imagine what you're thinking about three of us now.
Did you hear?
Now that you told me the secret.
Did you hear me?
No.
I had a slight giggle earlier on. Look, now have you seen a man blushing? There you go. And that's not suntan. And then you got a blue, white, and what you call all the stripes there now, my friend.
I know.
Joe, I think you should ask our friend a question now.
Yeah, no, one of the questions I want to know is what type of genre of music do you like besides your own native language? What is there any other do you like?
I love hip hop music.
Okay.
I love raps.
Yeah, man. That's spicy.
Have you tried to sing any of them on your YouTube or have you?
No, I haven't.
I'm sure she'll be doing it. Yes.
I love Carnatic music.
What about leisure or stuff? Do you do what besides just singing? Are you into sport? Are you into what other stuff are you into?
I do loads of things like I ride my bike. I play with my friends outside. I listen to music. I fight with my little sister.
She's a little toothless girl. I like that. I don't care. Now there's something. I think it's only the daddy and mommy who are a bit reserved. Or is it because these kids are mixing with the us Irish? Us Irish people. You only are Irish in documents, huh? While we are on that topic, right? What would you like to say to not just because you're from the Indian community, we all are, coincidence. What would you say about young other Indian girls or boys from Indian background? What would you say to them if they want to come to your platform? What would you advise them? How I'm sure there are hurdles and different things like that. Everybody cannot be a superstar. We are all a star in our own right. But the super thing is media, the national and international roles play a part. Now, what advice would you give them, and how they can become singers, or get into this field of our lives?
Again, just work hard, have the passion.
Yeah, I think Sreya kind of touched on that when she was talking
but
about
what about the support?
It's all the support of the parents.
The support.
The support is the most
That's
important
the thing, the support. That's what I was trying to get at.
Okay.
Because if you're of an Indian background, different ethnic minority group, you need the consent of your parents, especially at that age anyway. But how many parents will give the child an opportunity to do what they want to do? Because we are controlling. We are really telling them, I want you to be a doctor, I want you to be an engineer, I want you to be a teacher because you can talk. But that's not it, because that may not be their interest.
Yes.
So, what would you say? How would you, you need the support, but what more than the support do you think yourself, in your own mind, that they would need? I know this is tough to say. And at the end of the day, I come somehow or other, I just hand it to him.
I think I can chime in there, and I would say, we would like to hear more from the parents, because she was young when she was building this up.
Yes.
So the challenges she would have come across would actually the parents would know more.
So they're snookered now, aren't they?
Snookered now.
Yeah. Now you see.
Yeah. Just before we go to the parents section, I just wanted to plug in something there. We talked about the Japanese Day.
Yes.
I know this video may go on any day. So the Japanese Day we're talking about, which is tomorrow when this interview is happening, is actually the 22nd April is when the Japanese thing is happening. And the interview today is the 21st. Just to
enlighten all you guys there, because we could all be coming in India time, Africa time, whatever time, God only knows, different zones in our own mindset, okay? Now,
today we're talking about India, tomorrow we're talking about Japan, which is quite...
Yes, so we'll be talking about different things.
Yes.
Am I glad? Oh my God, because it's so, it's amazing actually, the enthusiasm amongst the Indian community of late. Because we are the late, even though I'm of Indian background, but then we were always with the Chinese and all the Europeans and the South Americans, and But now, I know you started the Island Telugu Association. Sorry?
No, I'm not a starter of any Telugu associations.
And then what were you involved with before?
So I was volunteer in the Unitas.
Unitas, okay.
Yes.
Unitas. What is Unitas?
Unitas is actually an Indian organization that was started a couple of years ago to bring all of them under one umbrella. I was great, there's a lot of events.
But I'm sure they've got plans about the co-stars and co-singers and things like that. Do you have plans for that? Is there somebody you'd like to sing with?
Yes.
Well, if I get the chance, I'd love to. If I have God's blessings, I'd love to sing with Chitra ma'am, Sreya Sudheer.
Say it a bit more clearly to the...
if I have God's blessings, and in the future I'd love to sing with Sreya Sudheer, Chitra ma'am. There's so many to...
Totally.
All from Karnataka?
South India.
South India.
Sreya Sudheer is from North.
Okay, all right, yes.
We have Chitra ma'am from South, but it's actually a God's blessing, yes, because she is coming to Ireland in August.
Yes, so
there
we go.
There's always a scope for that,
That we
so
go.
there you go, Sreya. So one of your
Another
dreams will come true.
Your idols are coming here.
stepping stone to a milestone, eh? That's very, very impressive. What do you call, in Ireland, do you have anybody or any of your friends that you sing with on a regular basis or anything like that? Classmates or anybody else?
Not really.
Not
but
really,
They
yeah.
support me.
They support you. Maybe we should one fine day we'll have this multicultural group singing.
Yes.
We probably have to work on that because we did have, but over the past few years when I was in the lab for 6 years, many of them had grown up.
Yeah.
So now they're not interested in thinking of their careers, so because we're great, because I've been to a few talent shows, from our immigrant population, Filipinos and also many of the Africans. It's good to know that the Indians are coming up, the Chinese have it as well. We have, with the Chinese New Year Festival and things like that. But
we do have another singer with whom Sreya normally shares the stage here.
mm-hmm.
He's a senior. His name is Maruti Nambi.
Martin Nambi,
Yeah, he's one of the good singer. Who's out there.
You sang with them?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I wasn't around for that show.
Yes.
Yes.
But I think that you asked, do you share stage with somebody else? So that's one of them. She has shared.
The one thing I like is actually is the fact that holding on to your heritage as an identity, and singing in music or dance or poetry or art is very, it's very important.
It is
And
indeed.
as a young talented singer, singing in your own native language and then bringing in a few extra languages is great, because then you're holding on to your identity.
That's
You're
right.
passing on that knowledge, and it's great because the one thing that we keep saying here is don't lose your identity.
Yes, definitely
Come
not.
here to Ireland, enjoy Ireland as it is, but don't lose your identity. And as you're learning singing, the music from the old country, or however you want to perceive the country, is to hold on to that identity and to pass it on to future generations. So it's great that your parents are giving you that opportunity.
Yes.
God has given you a beautiful gift, and so with that gift, you can pass that information on. And people are coming in, listening to the show, but they're hearing you pass on it, and your feelings coming out. It's really, really, it's powerful. So
It is
thank
really
you for
yes.
that. Really, thank you for that.
Because when Sreya said about God's blessing,
Yes.
how humble one is, because many, even at a young age, we all get the ego comes in, and I'm a super dude. I want a bigger box of chocolates or whatever it is. There's stuff like that. I want a better dress. But the thing is, I know from the time I've seen over the past few weeks that she's very, very humble about things, and she's a very genuine person. And I love it a bit because simply, I used to be called a smiley. Now today I'm not really smiling that much because in a white, that's got a permanent smile, So you beaten me to that, But talking about what Joe said, we the immigrants, what are we here for? This is our home, and many of us are here to stay. And the thing is, we celebrate diversity. Things have changed in Ireland. It's also challenging times. Let's face reality.
Very much so.
We do not want to put things, under the shells like India coconut shell, and then it stays there and then it rots. So the thing is, many of us are getting more exposure, and young talents like you, and also here in Ireland, we have been treated very, very well. I've not had any problems whatsoever. And the important thing is, we should not lose our history, our culture, our background, and those is people like you who inspire others. And on the same token, we have modern technology today about all these other things. But how did all these people start years ago? It was all performing arts.
Yes.
They used to go from village to village and let people, enlighten people about this is our culture, this is what's happening, the political situation, religious situation. People are not aware. And even today, with all that we are going through, with all the media and the technology, many of us are still missing on many essential parts in life.
That's right.
And that is something that, okay, of course, we have to plug ourselves in the Immigrants.ie. And I know last week we had this, the Gurdwara, the Sikh Festival. Last Sunday, it was pouring rain, 1.5 hours. And we had a great participation, and I always say FCP Bharat, focus, commit, participate. And if you lack one of those, there's no energy left.
Yes.
So this is motivation. Somebody like her, I'm learning every day, we all learn every day, it's a learning curve. Now, I'd like you to say something to our audience, our listeners, and also our friends, and now fans. Okay? And of course, our team is extending all over Ireland now, so that people contribute to us. What would you like to say to people out there, to the immigrant population, to the Irish people, to the young people? What would you like to say to them? How do you feel? What do you feel they should do? And because you are the present and future leaders of this country. So what can you tell them, to motivate them from your experiences? What do you think that they should follow? We all have idols, and we all have model roles. You are a model role as far as I'm concerned. Okay, hey, give me a high five. Come on. Give me a low five. Hey, give me a high five again. Give me a low five. Too slow. Now, gotcha. That's the thing, you see. You got to be fast. You got to be on the go all the time. And now you are going. You are rolling. Now, what would you be able to tell them, to our friends out there?
Well,
You have a few thousand now, Yes.
900,000?
Yes. Oh, we forgot about the other. Oh, yeah, we're going to hit the million. Don't you worry.
There we go.
We'll hit the million.
Go.
Okay, tell them something that you like to say, please.
well, if you want to become a singer, like the challenges you need to face, well, I think you need to work hard and you need to have the passion, because I love what I do. So when I go to shows, people ask me how do you sing in different languages, but I just love music. So,
Go to Immigrants.ie, and we need like your support and your help and contributions. Okay, now we are coming back to Sreya here, our superstar. Now she finally managed to get her parents to join her. Daddy's very shy, so mother wears her trousers at home. So she's going to give us a little brief outline about how she handles a girl like this. How does she handle a superstar? And also, how did the mother and the father, parents, get her and give her support? And now this Sreya we are talking about actually is a person with a lot of grit. Okay, so you're true grit. And remind me of my good old Western movies when I was a kid, John Wayne. So, please enlighten everybody else and ask your parents, would you like to ask them anything? Or would they like to ask you something before I ask anything? Now, this is a family show as well. Okay? So, I'd like you to pass this knowledge to others. How you actually, a mother, can inspire, getting the knowledge that the girl from 1.5 years old can sing and stuff like that, getting into tunes. So, what made you, mother, as Anisha, isn't it? Nisha. Okay? How, there's so many foreign names, For me, it's confused. Not really. And the thing is, what made you decide, yes, I'm going to make a star out of this girl? Please.
It's nothing like that. I never had a plan to make her a star,
Okay.
She's always my daughter, but the reason is around music. I myself learned classical dance for a long time.
All right, I see.
Yeah, and I love music as well, but I never got a chance to learn it systematically. So, but as a classical dancer, I listen music, all the time. So that thing is always in me. So I'm kind of familiar, like while listening, I'm kind of familiar with the ragas and
Okay, very
so
good.
could be that, I don't know.
I'm sure it must be. So, I mean, okay, this is not a personal question, anything like that. So, of course, when you were carrying Sreya,
Yes.
were you singing and dancing at the same time?
Well, I used to listen a lot of songs.
So,
Not even carrying before that.
before that. So it's already in there, and that's
Yeah.
how the vibrations
Exactly.
come through.
Could be,
Yes. No, I'm sure it is, because tests and experiments have been done, even my own family, people, members, friends, because because they get into that, you inspire them deeply because it's in your genes. So I'm glad, of course, you're molding your child in also your school education, and so I'm sure you help in timetables and what she has to do, her extracurricular activities, sporting activities, leisure, and the singing. So do you play a big role in that, Mummy?
Yes, naturally, because I have to make them to have a disciplined way of doing things, like especially she's in secondary school, so she should have a plan, for her studies and music, maybe at least half an hour every day, practice. And then the rest, she's taking it seriously, her studies, because she's doing her JCT next year.
Yes, yes.
Even though she has to have a plan of her studies and need a little bit more focus to it. So,
of course. And tell me, Sreya, all of us when we're young, our ambition to do certain things, our career, we want to be a doctor, lawyer, always the same words we use. What would you like to be? Apart from the singing part, okay, if you had to go into a career as well, what would you like to be in the future?
I've always wanted to be a teacher, some sort of teacher, like a maths teacher in college or secondary school, a maths teacher or a music teacher in school. And also, I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but just as a small job when I'm at home, I'd love to teach a few kids.
Very good.
Like through Skype, the way my teacher teaches me.
So that is sharing. That is really sharing. And sharing comes from caring. So, that is very, very, I really feel so good. It's a feel-good factor, that someone like you at that age are already using the modern technology with the, and that you are helping people. Now, do you help them with their homeworks, or you teach them about other things, or music, or what do you do? When you're on Skype with your friends, like when you're helping them, do you help them with your homework as well?
Well, if they have a question for me.
So you're a bright one, you're the smart one. So that is good. So she's a teacher, she wants to relate to people, which means she likes to communicate with people, and that's very, very interesting. So I'm sure at home you're under pressure, this and that. When, say, you deviate or you do something wrong, Mummy gives out to you, what do you do normally? Go to Daddy, or go to your room and sing? What do you normally do?
When my mom gives out to me, I just say sorry. That's what I do. And then
she comes and tickles me.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Now you see, we are seeing a little bit of a different aspect to home life now, eh? So, when you say something, something was wrong, is probably what, not doing your homework, or singing too much, or spending out too much time, or?
Maybe a little bit more organized,
Yes, yes.
in her own, way of things. Nothing about studies, girls, they need a little bit of,
yes.
Some small things like.
Small things. So you're keeping an eye, which is very, very good, and then she says sorry, and then you start tickling. Do you ever have to tickle Daddy? No. And Daddy, at least we got a smile from him. Oh my God, by the time we talk to him again, he'll have to grow a beard now.
It's something very small.
All right, little girl, what would you like to say?
Daddy doesn't have tickles.
Daddy doesn't have tickles, I like that. So when Daddy gives out to you, what do you do? Break a teeth?
I just say sorry, Daddy.
Oh.
And I give him a card.
Ah, isn't that sweet? That's good. Well, Daddy, I'm sure, keeps an eye on everything, and, he keeps, makes sure everything is done right for the future of you girls. Because, it's a challenging times ahead for all of us, and we have to be united in many different ways with our different communities. And I really hope that one of these fine days I'll talk to you and get you to sing maybe Filipino and Chinese songs and Latin American. So you're only singing you only know the tunes, so that because when you're listening to these things, do you also watch the subtitles, or do you follow, like the way they do the karaoke? Is that how you learn to sing all the songs in different languages?
No, well, so if I listen to a song, then I listen to it for a few days, and I just start singing it. And then I go and look at the lyrics and see if there's any mistakes.
Any mistakes,
Yeah.
okay, yes. Okay. Now, anybody else would like to ask a question? Come on, your turn. You're hiding there.
When you sing, do you dance as well?
It depends what type of a song it is. If it's like, the Telugu song, Ranga Mama Gama, I can dance to that. I can dance to that, yes.
And by the way, hold on, just that. Did she sing and dance? No, she didn't do the dancing the last time, did she?
She did for Rangamma.
Did she? Did I?
Dance in the sense like it's not a full stage dance.
I see, okay.
So she moves along with the song.
Oh, I see, fair enough,
Yes.
fair enough. I thought I missed something great here, you know that?
Yeah.
And,
Unless she gets a stage
Well,
performance, not singing but dancing.
yes, we'll have to work on that too, because I love the dancing with Joe. You like to ask something more interesting, please?
No, I'm just interested because social media nowadays, it's great that it's able to pass information around, but in some cases social media can be bad. What do you see as a young teenager now? Because for us, the phones has progressed, and so many people going around, we find that the young people are looking at their phones, they're not talking to anybody, they're not expressing themselves, where you have an opportunity, you're singing, you're dancing, and you have hobbies. So what do you see in the social world, the social media world, what the good and the bad is yourself as a teenager?
I think it's great that you can post, like when I post songs, it's great and to get feedback.
At the moment, I'm fighting a cause with the Irish government to get phones banned for 1 or 2 days of the year. That everyone has to switch off their mobiles because people have got to the point it's everything they're walking around, and social media is a tough thing. Now I'm involved in social media, but sometimes I want to switch off myself.
That's great. Okay, I think we'll just sum it up. It's been a great, I think it's very inspirational talk for the next generation and the future of, our immigrant population here in Ireland. And I would just like to, say a very, very big thank you to you. And also to our listeners, to let you know that we would like to create an awareness about what is happening with people today. Because, there will come a time, we all have to leave this world, but what is our legacy? What have you and how much have you contributed to society at the end of the day to make it a better world? Because technology has taken over our lives. So like what Joe said just now, everybody's on the thing. And sometimes I don't even check Facebook because there's so much stuff, and the thing is, like when you don't really like it. And I cannot be a hypocrite. So sometimes avoiding and evading the whole thing, But of course, there comes a time, like people like you, is a different scenario altogether. Now, I just want to, conclude this afternoon to saying a very, very big thank you to Sreya, that she's done a wonderful job, and she's got a friendship thing here, and I think we should all start wearing that actually to let everybody know, that we're all friends. And I'm glad the little girl hugs the daddy, because I'm a huggy person. I like to hug people, but that doesn't mean hello, whatever it is. Yes, Bharat, your turn will come, because your hands are very long, But you can even go around me. But I do not know about Joe. But still, it motivates us, the fact that we're all smiling, that we have to laugh. I've often stopped people in the street and say, oh my God. And then they turn around and look, what's wrong? No, you're so beautiful. And they say, oh, thank you. how come? How come you're so beautiful? You know, it's just a bit of a joke, and you know, you get people, and I think it's great to, you know, let people go around smiling and laughing, and you know, like Bharat's young girls are here, and also our friend here, he's making sure the camera works right, and his son there too. There are people in the background, you know, behind the scenes.
Cat Praveen.
Yeah, Mr. Cat Praveen, sorry. No, I always talk about the Praveen, you know, like, a bit like the chocolates, you know. So, you know, and by the way, what's your son's name, please?
Bill.
And thank you for coming down today. And he's also going to be, Mr. Praveen is going to be a part of our team as well, and the extended team. So we are inviting more people because we need a lot of help and assistance. So there's a few of us, we are really working extremely hard to get this going actually, you know, the Immigrants.ie and our first talk show, and I'm sure we'll be having future shows like this. Different people from different backgrounds, whether you're Irish or, you know, from different lands, we're all here to stay. And I just want to say to you all that, you know, we should all smile all the time. Smile, and it's, you know, it takes less muscles than to stress it out. And I've been stressed a lot lately. I finally realized I got lines too. So finally I'm starting to look in the mirror and look at this girl. We do not want her to have lines at an early age because of stress. So
Logan ji,
yes,
are we going to smile with dosa next week?
Oh, of course.
Is that the next talk show?
Yes, big time. They used to call me Smiley anyway, and anybody didn't know my name, they used to call me Smiley. And it's very important that we share and we care and compassion, communicating people, instead of having conflicts, you know. And we have to do something about this for the next, you know, because it's a big concern for me, having been here over 35 years, doing a lot of integration work and, you know, all my life and charities, and I prioritize that. And, you know, we all have to be humanitarians. We have neglected a lot of things in this world. We're not back to earth, back to nature. Some people don't even know where our food comes from. They think it's all in a packet. So we have, it's a great worry actually. So I'd like to say a very big thank you to our, you know, our guests here, Karen and Sreya. Congratulations. And I'm sure you'll go far. Please don't forget me and the rest of the gang here. And we'll haunt you. I'd like to say a very, very big thank you. And if you can just pass that to me, please. I just want to say yes. And we, the Immigrants.ie. And then this is what's all about today.
I would just like to say thank you to Immigrants.ie for inviting me here today. And I wish the very best of luck. And thank you so much for the support. And just to conclude, I want to sing a song.
Yes! Now we got it! And that's what we were all waiting for, you see? Quietly. Please do. Take your time, okay?
You can sing with me if you know the song.
Well, if I do know, it might be the lingo problem, but nevertheless we'll try, we'll hum. Okay, we can whistle. No, mommy, daddy, stay. No, it's okay. Please stay. Please.
You're not in the video, so it's okay.
मेरा जूता है जापानी ये बदलूं इंग्लिशतानी सर पे लाल टोपी रूसी फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी मेरा जूता है जापानी ये बदलूं इंग्लिशतानी सर पे लाल टोपी रूसी फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी मेरा जूता है जापानी निकल पड़े हैं खुली सड़क पर अपना सीना ताने मंजिल कहाँ रुकना है ऊपर वाला जाने बढ़ते जाए हम सैलानी जैसे एक दरिया तूफानी सर पे लाल टोपी रूसी फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी मेरा जूता है जापानी.
Hey, that was good. I'm telling you, I have to such a video. I'm singing with you. I'm serious because I love singing, I love dancing, but I don't do the dancing anymore. And ever since Michael Jackson died, I gave that up too. So anyway, I'd just like to let everybody know a very, very big thank you. You'll be seeing us about another event this evening, and also the other event with the Japanese tomorrow. And we'll go on and on and on, and we are going to integrate everybody in this country, and we are going to contribute. Thank you very much from the Immigrants.ie. Now I just better show this. I am the immigrant here. Thank you kindly and God bless.